Today's High Performance Podcast is brought to you by Josh Phegan Digital. It's where you'll find our incredible short courses. In under 60 minutes, you'll grow all the key skills, covering specific areas like how to hire an assistant, grow a team, to list better properties, to grow better fees, and to master your pipeline. Welcome to High Performance, the podcast featuring Josh Phegan and Alexander Phillips. Well, Alexander, this has been a pretty big moment for us because we've hit over 500 podcasts on the High Performance podcast. And mate, like literally, there has been a ton of things that we've learned over that period of time. Looking back, what are some of the best moments there? Because like the amount of momentum that it's given you inside of your career to have to come in and record about what's happening in the market and what you're doing is helping the business to progress. But also too, mate, the amount of things that you've given to the industry has been pretty amazing. What have you learned over the course of the last 500 episodes?
Thanks, Josh. It's been a long time, but it's been good. I think what I've liked about it is the amount of people that talk about, the amount of people that actually listen to it, like even just having breakfast then at Indigo, someone was mentioning it, and not just real estate people, but people outside real estate, like in banking and whatnot. So I think like giving back and, from what I've learned, to give back to the communities, always, I like that aspect of it. And just sitting next to you, every time we do, we learn something,
You think about where you first started, like literally when I met you a long time ago, circa 20 years ago versus today, mate, the momentum that you've got in market is absolutely amazing to watch. But mate, I've been watching you do a few transactions and things this morning. Mate, the amount of momentum that you create inside of a deal, like that level of tenacity just to keep on chasing, deal with objections, deal with challenges, come back, be solutions orientated, take the pressure off, reapply the pressure. Like that's awesome to watch. How important is it that an agent is just like super focused about getting their energy right and being consistent with the type of person they want to become, to be able to build an incredible career? Yeah,
it's. I think it's like we've always said, it's a long game. You've got to compound it. You've got to do everything right, all the 1%ers, take away layers that you don't need, always be learning, always be relevant, always be, staying ahead, looking at new technologies, implementing them, having the best team, making sure that you remunerate people well, make sure that you actually understand the process. I think probably what we do best is actually understanding the dynamics of a process. I think a lot of people out there try to mimic what we do, but probably don't understand why we're doing it. And that's sort of something I learned really early on, and asked questions when I was sitting next to Adrian Bowe and all those people in McGrath 23 years ago. Like, why do you do that? Like, what's that reason? Actually soaking up the energy of that and learning, then implementing it to your style, like not being a robotic, like this is how Alex does it or Josh does it, like implementing it to what you do, but also work out what you're best at, and making sure that you use that in your day-to-day work environment.
So I've got a client who's up in the Hunter Valley, and she's been in real estate for over 20 years, had never done a 66W before, and then she heard you speak about the importance of trying to iron out all of the conditions, getting the buyer to a level of commitment, giving your owners absolute certainty. And we were talking the other day, she's at over 45% of her business now is a 66W,
right.
And she said it's just been phenomenal just to be able to go and get that little bit of process right.
Yeah.
And if you think about what you're saying is that you've had incredible people around you, like with Prue, to say let's get everything ready, make sure that price, presentation, marketing is absolutely at its best, but have really good quality suppliers that are coming with you on that journey.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is we've traded through GFCs, banking royal commissions, we've seen wars, we've seen the COVID event, we've seen all the different things that have happened during that period. What's really important is that you're able to read the play of the day and then adapt really quickly. Do you just think that a lot of people just don't spend enough time reading what's happening and then adapting, as opposed to just getting washed up by the surf and going, oh geez, that was unfair, as a part of that?
Yeah, definitely.
So how do you stay adaptive to literally what's happening, and is that as simple as you'll know at an open home if it's off, you'll know straight away for buyers not making an offer later that day? And I just think about that. I was talking to a buyer's agent the other day. He said, if Alexander Phillips lists a property, I know that I've got a maximum of 3 to 4 days to declare absolute interest, else that property is going to be sold to someone else because of the level of buy work that you go to undertake. When you hear that sort of stuff, does that make you proud to think about how the team's operating in terms of their work, and not just relying on it, launching on a Saturday and hoping that someone comes to the open, right?
It does, and we've created a perception about who we are, what we do, and that's what we like. It's sort of like a following of some sort, and I think what we've done is help. I look at someone like a John McGrath, he revolutionised the industry. I'm not saying we've done that, but we've definitely changed, I think, the way agents do business, and that's also made us get better and better because they're chasing us. And, the competition is, what we live off.
And that's a great thing. Speed and urgency, diligence and professionalism, massive part of what we do. Mate, congratulations on 500 episodes. I reckon another 500 more. Let's see how we go.